Hey, what's up? I just wanted to take a minute and give you sort of a brief overview of what I'm talking about as as far as websites go, specifically with regard to how a website works best in the business application. I'm in my website, and this is my website, and this is my blog, and I wanted to let's go here. So I basically put together this blog talking about how websites that are effective for business differ from other sort of typical websites. The idea is that you want your website to generate business. I mean, if the only thing that it is sort of a online brochure, it's kind of a waste. If it's not bringing you leads, if it's not bringing you business, it's really not even worth having. So I wanted to talk about the elements that I make sure I put in all of the websites that I create for business owners. And these are these are tested, they're proven, they work. And I basically um, create these for business owners. Now this image here is just sort of a framework. So I know it's sort of black and white and green, but it gives you the idea of the basic elements that you should have. The first thing I see here is that I have here is the logo. You want to make sure that you sort of stamp an image in the mind of the consumer, the person who's surfing and shopping, of who you are. It's something, that's basically rememberable, hopefully something that engenders trust, the idea of integrity that communicates these kinds of things, right? I think that if if a business is operating with the fundamental principles of trust and integrity, you want to communicate that through your identity, through your brand. I think it's important, and I think that the best businesses are the ones that convey the reality of their values in some way through not just like a logo, but branding in general, with their overall content, the way they communicate, the words they choose, the impressions that they leave are very, very important. So you have your logo, and then some basically quick navigation, some easy to navigate ways to get in touch. Okay, I always have this click to call in every website that I create. Tap or click to call is so important. The idea behind this of click to call is that there's this phenomenon known as friction in the consumer experience. And with the dawn of the internet, people are less and less patient about how much time they're willing to wait, how many clicks they're willing to click, and how much navigation they're willing to go through to get to you. So you want to exclude any hurdle or obstruction from business as possible, especially in these days of I want everything now, and that's the way people are, and the internet has spoiled us that way. So click to call, your logo, click to call, a call to action, CTA, call to action. That can be click to call, that can be a contact form. A lot of people use these. Surprisingly, a large amount of people use these. And then these things here, trust icons, these are things like Better Business Bureau, Angie's List Award, some kind of thing that engenders in the mind of the consumer that you can be trusted. An MHIC license number, all the kinds of things. And then to establish more social proof, client testimonials. Believe it or not, I know that like anybody can like write anything and say that anyone said it, but you probably do have like honest client testimonials, and it's probably not hard to get someone to write 3 sentences to support your business. I'd put them front and center. The whole idea behind all of this is you are establishing that you have integrity, that you are trustworthy, that you're a business worth doing business with. All right. Okay. Sorry, I got a call there. Let me go back here. All right. Um, then easy, and then this is a picture of a map. You don't always have to have it as big and as prominent as this, but all this does is establish that you are a legitimate place of business. There's a brick and mortar place, even if it's a home office, but there is the sense that you are real, but also that you're local, because people want to make sure that they're doing business with the hometown guy, okay? And that's just the way it is. And then you establish that with, a clear um, place of business, a listing. This is optional 24/7 live chat. I know that not everyone has the luxury of being able to do that, but eventually you want to get to the point where if you're out of the field and in the office, which is where you want to be, um, you'll be able to have support for this. I think it's great to have, and the more traffic you drive to your website, the more powerful this kind of thing can be. But the main thing is you want to have that easy to get to front page, top of the page, top 1/3 of the page, call to action, which is click or tap to call, and that's so essential. Um, then this here accentuates the power of mobile first, because the reality is that the way things are changing, it's not just about being mobile friendly, it's about being mobile first. That means your website has to be completely responsive, right? That means that the layout of your website's platform renders on any kind of mobile device, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone, or a desktop. And the tricky thing for me, like as a web developer, is making sure that your website looks great, is easy to navigate, easy to use on all the devices. And sometimes that means you have to split the difference in some areas, make sort of some compromises or whatever. But the main thing is it has to be mobile first, okay? Because the reality is that what we saw last year is that phones surpassed PCs or desktops in terms of the way people, consumers, find businesses. And this is only growing even more and more and more. So you want to be mobile first. So what I do is I work with business owners. We take a fresh, uh, blank page, blue sky look at their website, and then we optimize their website for business, just like we would optimize their website for search. Because it's one thing to get found, right, in Google, but if you get found and someone goes to your website and then it's like another place where there's nothing but friction, guess what? They're going to go somewhere else. So you want to make sure that you are mobile first. See, click to call, call to action, trust icons, your brand. It can all be there on that small screen. All right, and that's what I do. So have your web guys, I would love to be your web guy, but if you already got somebody that you're happy with, send them to this blog and make sure they're doing all this stuff, okay? It's at growmylocalbiz.com. Just click blog and scroll down till you find this blog post. It's really super important for business, and I just want to, my passion and sort of my hobby is to see businesses succeed. And I sort of get off on it. I like it. It's fun for me. Um, and if I can help out in any way, whether as just a friend or as a consultant, that's what this whole thing is all about. All right. So I'll see you around. Stay in touch.